Hi, welcome to Chateau Tessier in Saint-Emilion, France. You're joining us to get hopefully a little more insight from the winemaker's viewpoint of the 2009 Bordeaux vintage, particularly here on the right bank. My name's Jonathan Maltus and I make wine with Neil White in Saint-Emilion, obviously, the Barossa Valley, where our property is called the Colonial Estate, and our new project in Napa called World's End. We're now, I think, the 11th or...
11th?
We are the 11th. We're the 11th of September, and as you can see from the sky behind me, we've got some fantastic weather, and we have had it for most of this year. So all of the cliches, I'm afraid, come out. Wine of the century, etc., etc. Vintage of the century. Neil, just a little, can you extrapolate perhaps a little more on how good the weather's been?
Well, the weather's been really perfect up to now, and we're looking at more good weather. We have good ripening, good healthy vines at the moment, good healthy grapes, and we would think probably in about 10 days we should have a good ripeness on the fruit and should be ready to pick.
Great. The big thing that's hitting us, we'll obviously talk about it a little bit more detail when we go into the vineyards, is really the potential alcohol that we're looking at the moment is really quite good. There's a little bit of stress higher.
At this stage we have, yes, potentially very high alcohols, and there is a slight worry of vine stress in more on the plain, where the grapes are maybe needing just a little water through the rest of that.
Ah, there you go. You heard it here first. Bordeaux vignerons are looking for more water this year. So welcome to us, and we're going to get in the car now and go up to Le Dôme and chat a little bit more actually in the vineyards. So after that exhilarating drive up here past Angelus, it's a beautiful day in Saint-Emilion, as you can see. Every picture tells a story. Neil, we're getting some fairly serious alcohol levels on. Talk a bit about that.
Yeah, the potential alcohol is very high this year. Grapes are very sweet, which is great. Good acidity. The skins aren't ripe yet, the skins which are very important for flavour, flavour ripeness and aromas. So we're waiting on these to come into line. The weather we have, it should happen in 10 to 15 days. The Merlot obviously will be ready first, and the first picks in the plain should be within about 10 days time.
Great. And 13.7 for us is at this time of the year is a pretty frightening number.
It's a very good number to start with. Very good. Yeah.
There's been a little stress we see down on the plains.
A little stress. We could do with just, dare I say it, just a little rain. But
it's very rarely you see a vigneron from Bordeaux asking for a bit of rain. But you bumped into one of Les Anciennes the other day, the next door neighbour, who's getting on a bit, but they sometimes tell us things that computers don't.
Yes,
what was he saying?
He feels that we should get rain around about the 18th, the equinox, so we'll see.
You have to listen to these people. Behind the camera, by the way, is Olivier Darcy, who's our winery manager, and he's responsible for everything viticultural. So in the following shows, Olivier is going to be talking to you in a very French accent, as opposed to Neil's Scottish accent and my English accent. So you're going to have a multicultural introduction to Bordeaux. Fantastic day really here. I don't know what the temperature is going to go up to, about 30 or 35, something like that?
No, about 30.
About 30. So, and we are which day again?
We're still the 11th.
Still on the 11th, and so it's welcome from Saint-Emilion, and we're we'll catch up with you a little nearer the harvest just to bring you up to date. But basically, alcohol levels are high. We're looking for the phenolic ripeness, as Neil was saying, increased flavor of the skins, less greenness, and very exciting. 2009 could be a good vintage.
Good potential.